Once upon a time in a kingdom far, far away, there was an emperor who liked to show off. He loved wearing beautiful clothes and walking around the city, looking at all the people and thinking, "Oh, look how poor you are. Look how rich I am." And he especially loved doing this on one day of the year more than any other, and that was April Fool's Day. On April Fool's Day, he would put on his most expensive clothes and walk around the city, laughing and making fun of everyone. One year, he decided he wanted to make extra special clothes just for April Fool's Day. So he called all the tailors in the kingdom and said, "I want you to make me some clothes so beautiful that everyone will be jealous of me. I want to be the best dressed man in the whole wide world, and I want you to finish these clothes by April Fool's Day." The tailors were excited to make these special clothes for the emperor. They had never made anything like it before. They went to the royal treasury and took out the finest fabrics. Gold, silver, jewels, everything they could find. Then they got to work sewing and designing and decorating. Meanwhile, the emperor couldn't wait for his new clothes. He kept going to the tailor's shop to see how they were turning out. And every time the tailors showed him something new, he would clap and say, "That's great, but you have to make it even better. Remember, I want to be the best dressed man in the whole wide world." The tailors worked hard for weeks and weeks until finally, right before April Fool's Day, they finished the clothes. They brought the clothes to the emperor and said, "Your Majesty, we present to you the finest clothes in the whole wide world." The emperor was very happy. He put on the clothes, and they were even better than he imagined. They sparkled and shimmered and shone. The emperor looked in the mirror and thought, "Ha ha, no one is as handsome as me. No one has clothes as beautiful as mine." He couldn't wait to go out and show everyone his new clothes. He went out into the city and walked past all the shops and houses, and everyone stopped and stared at him. "Look at the emperor," they said. "Look how rich he is. Look how beautiful his clothes are." The emperor was so happy to hear this. He kept walking until he came to the river, and as he was looking at the reflection of his clothes in the water, he saw something that made him very angry. There were some ducks swimming in the river, and the ducks were looking at the emperor in his clothes and saying, "Look at that silly emperor. Look how ridiculous his clothes are. They're not even waterproof." The emperor was furious. "How dare those ducks laugh at me? I am the best dressed man in the world. These clothes are the finest in the world. I should show those ducks who's boss." So the emperor started to walk into the river to show those ducks what a strong, brave king he was. But as soon as he stepped into the water, the weight of the heavy, wet clothes pulled him down and the emperor started to drown. "Help! Help!" he cried. But all the people and all the ducks just laughed and laughed and laughed. The emperor struggled to get himself upright again, but no matter what he did, those heavy, wet clothes just pulled him down and down and down. Finally, one little duck swam up to the emperor and said, "Hey, silly emperor, why don't you take off those heavy, wet clothes?" The emperor realized how silly he had been. He took off the clothes and gave them to the duck, then thanked all the people and all the ducks for helping him. And from that day on, the emperor never, ever made fun of anyone on April Fool's Day. The end.